Hello everyone, welcome to your reading, pile number 1. I want to start off by just saying a big thank you to everyone who's been leaving sweet comments on my previous videos. I really appreciate you guys. You're so kind to me. And also I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been leaving super chats. I just want to mention that with super chats I only get about like half of the amount. So if you guys don't mind, consider leaving donations through PayPal. If you're international, if you're Indian, I've mentioned my UPI, you can leave donations through that, only because I don't know if you guys know that, but I only get about half of the amount. So people donate a lot of money and I'm not even getting most of it. So I just want you to give you guys a heads up. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear, but I do appreciate you guys leaving donations. Really helps the channel. So thank you guys. For today's video, we're doing why people dislike you. This reading can be taken in two contexts. First of all, this can be certain qualities that you possess that people don't like. They are not necessarily have to be like bad qualities, just something for you to be aware of. And secondly, this can be a bit of advice also for you. So certain things you can become more aware of, certain things you can work on. So take the video. Certain messages will be constructive, other messages might be just complimentary, and some might be negative. So use your intuition when you're watching this reading and try to take it in your stride. Okay, don't let it affect you in a negative way, but if something you can work on, why not? So let's start the reading. For pile number 1, you chose this card, Lamb. This was the animal card for you. We have Earth element here. We have Father of Cups. This is the King of Cups energy. You also got this card, the Unseen. And for Tarot, let's look at the other cards in a bit. I'm starting out with more black and white and very muted sort of colors. These specific decks, we have the Star here. How do I put this? I'm not sure. Maybe I should keep this one in the middle. Okay, we have the Star. This is Aquarius energy. We have Ace of Cups. And we have the Emperor. This is Aries energy. So what I'm seeing here, multiple messages coming through. Take the message as it resonates. With Lamb, this can show a person who's very sensitive, sweet, a little scaredy, like a scaredy cat, like very mild, mellow, passive sort of a person. So some people might not appreciate that about you, the fact that you're so patient. You're some of the keywords with Lamb are peaceful, patient, kind. Okay, so you could have these quality traits. Let's say a person is very hyper, they might dislike that you're so gentle and easygoing. Okay, they might not like that. Some people who are very in your face, they have a very vibrant, strong personality, they might not like the fact that you're so easygoing, sweet and gentle. Everyone likes you. Okay, some of you also could dislike the fact that you're so emotionally aware as well. So every single message can be in positive way, but also negative. So in terms of these specific cards that I'm seeing here, it could mean that you could be emotionally mature, you could be in touch with your emotions, you could also be someone sensitive, but at the same time, let's say you could maybe hold back a little bit with your emotions. You don't express enough. People might feel frustrated with you because you don't put your feelings and needs first, or you don't express as much as people would like you to. Okay, they feel like you're someone who's scared of confrontation. You're more easygoing, you don't like confrontation, you don't like arguing, you don't like any sort of friction. So sometimes you stay quiet, you don't speak up, and also you don't call people out on their nonsense. Sometimes you could also be with this King of Cups energy. It can be a person who somewhat maybe holds back their emotions. They're not the most upfront about their feelings. Okay, the feelings are unseen. So there's so much here that you notice, but you don't speak up, you don't mention it. I also feel this energy of maybe a lot of light workers picking this pile, who are very in touch with their emotions. They have good intuition, they guide others, but they themselves might not ask for help. Or people who might empower others, but at the same time they don't follow their own advice. This is some of the energies that I'm picking up so far. Some people might also, I think it's a lot of people who have, you're good at the core of their frustration, where they feel like this person needs to be more empowered, they need to speak up more, they need to put themselves first, they need to speak about their needs. Okay, I'm just getting this energy. Some of you might also come across as someone somewhat rigid with Emperor. You're rigid, you might not be open to advice. Let's say you give good advice but you don't follow your own advice, and you're someone also, you don't ask for help or you don't ask for advice, and other people don't like that about you. They feel like the relationship, the connection is not, the friendship, whatever the relationship is, it's not equal, where you tend to do everything on your own and show up for other people, but you don't allow other people to help you. You are not vulnerable with other people somehow. I also get the sense that a lot of your maybe romantic partners could also feel some frustration with you, where they feel like you don't show your emotions enough, you don't speak up, you don't confess, you hold back, or you're the sort of person to maybe give silent treatment, or you go quiet when you're hurt, and people feel this like you stonewall other people. They don't like that. They would want to have a dialogue, they would want to have a conversation with you. I'm also sensing some distance here with the star. We also see the back is turned towards us, person looking at the card. So again, I feel like a person who holds back. You know, you don't really show your vulnerable side, your weak side. You're the sort of person who might not cry in front of others, you know. You don't like to put your baggage on other people. That's what I'm getting. Some of you could also have Magha placements, Magha Nakshatra, some connection with your roots, ancestors, something like this. Maybe you channel spirits. So light workers in this pile. You can be someone who has a lot of difficult experience also in your life, where you learn from them and you guide other people. So you become a light worker of sorts. That's one thing I'm getting. Secondly, I'm drawn towards the black swan here. So the color black itself means black absorbs energy. That's why it's better to wear black and darker colors in winter, so that you absorb the sunlight and you stay warm. And white reflects the energy. White, the color white itself, even though it can easily get dirtied up, but the energy of the color is that it reflects the energy back. It doesn't absorb as much. That's why you should wear white in summers, because it reflects the sunlight. It doesn't grab it, so you feel cool. Okay, so with the black swan, I'm just getting this energy of a person who absorbs everyone's negativity, or feels this sensitivity towards other people's emotion, empathetic, but they hold it in. Okay, they don't let it go. Or sometimes I think you should also again reflect, you know, the white, the color white, you should reflect it back, or it should be like a back and forth reciprocal sort of a relationship. So these are some things people could feel frustrated over. Your romantic partners feeling frustrated with the lack of communication or lack of vulnerability, and other people in life feeling like it's just the connection, friendship, relationship, whatever, it's not exactly equal, and you're too rigid, you have too many rules, stuff like that with the structure. So this is what we have so far. Some of you could also be popular with this Emperor. This can make a person stand out from the crowd, or be some sort of a leader, have some sort of a following. And with the star also, it shows, I also feel like, because I'm getting this light worker energy overall, you can see the unseen. Okay, and you have this level of channeling creativity with the Ace of Cups. Here also I'm drawn towards this cup, again like Ace of Cups imagery being repeated. But person who is in touch with the stars, good at manifesting, good at like having foresight, stuff like that, you know, psychic abilities or something along those lines, good intuition. So some people might also notice that about you and feel like this person's gifted, so they could just feel a little bit like you know, feel that jealousy towards you. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's keep going. Also star power with the star. We have here boundaries. Number 2, we have 4, commitment. Some of you could have Moon Rahu conjunction. We have this, you know, I love the fact that we have 4 here, and I'm pretty sure this is just randomly they've put it together. 4 can be, maybe they're speaking out about stability, but in general the number 4 is associated with the Rahu. And we see the image, it's like a mirror image, right? Two swans mirroring each other, which is mirroring is connected with Rahu. And I love how they've put the number 4. It goes together so well. But yeah, anyway, you could have strong boundaries. Like I said, people might dislike the fact that I feel like you're someone slightly more aloof and you don't open up, you're not vulnerable, and you might put people through tests and loops before you let them in. So that's some quality that people might not like about you. They might feel a little judged, or they feel like you're judging them with this eye. It's like you're looking at them, they feel judged, or they feel like they have to prove themselves. They might not like that, you know, like you have high standards, you have high boundaries. You need to be more flexible. People could feel like you need to be a little more just open and go with the flow. With commitment also, maybe a lot of people feel like, again, they have to prove themselves. And also you could be someone who doesn't commit a whole lot. You don't commit easily, you know. Certain times, especially with water and earth element, it's slightly more heavier. So these people tend to take a little bit of time before they decide something. They are slow to move. Think of fire and air. These are quick moving, fast energy. These are the people who are more impulsive. So they'll go with something, but at the same time, let's say they start something, they might not finish it. But earth and water element, people would finish it. When they make a commitment, they will follow through. That's why they take a little bit of time before they make promises. Whereas air and fire people, these are the people that most people don't even trust. They might give their word, other people might still be suspicious. So that's the difference, where you might take a little bit of time, you might be slow to commit, or you don't want to commit, you like your independence also. Something about just this energy where people could sense a frustration with you taking your time with things, especially when it comes to commitment. Okay, then for nakshatras, you got Revati and Jeshta. So both are green because they're ruled by Mercury. Some of the cards they have, I've put on the green because there's some connection with Mercury. The color green is with Mercury. So Jeshta is that energy of being the elder, the wise person, the one who's more compromising, the one who takes the charge, the leader. So again, that message is being reflected perfectly. It falls in Scorpio, Revati falls in Pisces. So see, more water energy. Overall, there's a lot of water element coming through in general. 2 is the number we associate with moon. Then 4 is also the zodiac sign of Cancer. So much water element has come out in this pile. And earth also, like I was talking about, earth and water. So you could have a lot of placements in those signs. Then Jeshta itself, superior person, the star, that's Jeshta. You know, high achiever, very person who has strong desires, person who's relentless, very passionate about their desires, their needs, their goals in future. So that's Jeshta energy. And you might be someone who sometimes might try to dominate also other people. This message is not for every person, but we do have this king energy. Then we have the emperor, we have Jeshta, which we associate with Lord Indra. He was the god of the heavens in Vedic culture. So he was always very desirous, and he would strike down any sort of enemy. If there was any sort of potential for rebellion, he would get rid of that right away. So he was very some people might also find you like insecure, or it's like you have to one up other people. That's the energy of Indra also that I'm channeling right now. But Jeshta itself is person who's superior, dominates other, guides other people, is the leader, sort of a archetype. Revati is the nourisher. So a lot of nepo babies, people, people who get a leg up because of their family members, any sort of nepotism. Usually people born with like a silver spoon, nepo babies, like I said, they have Revati placements. Why? Because Revati is the nourisher. The deity connected with the Revati nakshatra is Pushan. So he's the nurturer. And we also have the cow, because cow is one of the animal symbols that we associate with just giving, milk. So much you can do with the cow. They are very generous without, purposely doing it. But anyway, Revati is connected with nourishment, where we get our resources met. So people born with this placement can sometimes have a lot of resources in life. A lot of people helping them, their friends, family helping them. The background noise is crazy, guys. I'm sorry. But with Revati, so you can get a lot of help also in your life. So you could be the nourisher, you're helping other people, you're helping them build themselves over time. Or some people, you could also have this placement where you have a leg up or some help from people in your life. So people might dislike that about you, the fact that you have it easy. Okay, they might count you out because of this reason. So take the message that resonates. Bunch of people picking this pile. Not every single message is for you. Let's look at some other cards. We have here Moon in Sagittarius. It says optimism. We have affair. This is Venus in Leo. Okay, we have Mercury in Capricorn. So you could have some of these placements, but when I look at these cards, we have again Leo energy repeating. So a person who's popular, person who could possibly get a lot of attention from the opposite sex or the sex that you're interested in, because Venus is about love and relationships. So a lot of people are interested in you, they want to date you, they want to give you attention, you're in the public eye, and you try to dominate others also somehow, maybe, or you just have this strong aura where you just somehow tend to eclipse your partner somehow. Okay, they could feel like you eclipse them somehow. Mercury in Capricorn. This is a person who has a lot of resources, multi-talented also. Mercury is multiplicity. Capricorn is connected to our workplace, our public image also. So person who's popular, friendly, a lot of friends, a lot of connections, big social network or big network. And we see this makes me think of a person who has a lot of fruits and resources in their life. So doing well for yourself. Some people might also dislike that, the fact that you could also be workaholic, some of you picking this pile, like you're very dedicated to your work, relentless, I used earlier. Moon in Sagittarius. So person, again, it's giving me that energy of am I going to get demonetized for this? I don't know, but hope not. Let's see. But Moon in Sagittarius gives intuition. Okay, good principles, strong morals, particular sets of rules, very much like this energy of the boundaries, right? Also optimistic. So I give my own Vedic astrology interpretations of the card also, but these are more Western, the keywords specifically. Okay, so Moon in Sagittarius can make a person optimistic, I guess. Because okay, Moon and Jupiter are coming together, so Jupiter itself is a positive energy. Okay, so you could be someone, maybe you always see the good in people, or you always expect the best. This is more so the energy I would associate with the Jupiter being in the 6th house in Virgo actually. But anyway, one thing I'm seeing with this is it just rained, so there's a bunch of frogs. Speaking of Moon, it rained. Okay, so coming back to the card, I'm really distracted with this pile. I don't know, it's so loud, and then I'm just getting distracted constantly. So I feel like maybe it shows you're popular, that's why there's this energy of that's so loud. And even the noises, it shows there's a lot of chaos or energy around you, you know, something always happening, like busy, giving the energy of a person who's busy. But yeah, let's just move on. Spirit won't let me finish this message, so let's just move on. We have Cancer here, then we have 11th house, we have 7th house. So see, we did get this card of affair, Venus in Leo. This is again coming through. So a person with a vibrant maybe love life, or having a lot of options in life, and maybe a lot of your lovers or people that you get into relationships with, they dislike you for these particular reasons. Maybe I'm channeling their energy, or in general, maybe your partners tend to feel like they have to kind of compete with you, or they also kind of feel eclipsed, like I said earlier. They feel dominated by you sometimes, or they feel frustration with commitment, and also you not being vulnerable. So these are some of the feelings coming through with the 7th house. And 11th house, your friends also. Some of your friends could have these issues with you, because 7th we associate with the partner, the spouse, 11th we associate with our network, can be colleagues, but really I would say friends, colleagues. 11th house is also elder sibling. Okay, then we have Cancer energy, so maybe more female, feminine energy coming through. And I also feel like with this Cancer energy, you could also be someone, again it's taking me back to the light worker. Cancer is about intuition, motherly feeling, nurturing, putting people first before you. So a lot of people who have you good at heart, they also have some complaints. They are not necessarily saying you're a bad person or anything like that. It's just coming through with concern also. Okay, so this was the overall reading. There were a bunch of messages, different messages for every single person picking the pile. Use your intuition. But I hope you guys enjoy this reading. In the future, maybe I can do it in a different style where I just channel the I don't know, somehow if you have any like suggestions how I can do it differently, maybe it can be specific to the good qualities that people don't like, or what are some of the things people would want you to change. Maybe we can separate the readings into two. I don't know, but if you have any ideas, suggestions, let me know in the comments. Thank you for all the love and support. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the join button to become a member. And if you want to book a reading with me, the links will be in the description. Thank you guys. Hello group number 2, welcome to today's reading. I quickly just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been leaving kind comments on my videos. I love your all the support and appreciation you guys give me. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And I also want to mention that a bunch of people have been leaving super chats, which I really appreciate. Only thing is I only get about half of the amount. So if I just wanted to give a heads up, because a lot of people donate, they think okay, I'm getting all of it, but I'm not. I'm getting like half of it. So if you don't mind, consider leaving donations through PayPal, or if you're Indian, you can pay me through UPI. I've mentioned the link in the description. Thank you guys. I still just don't want to be annoying. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Thank you. Okay, let's start with today's reading. This is why people dislike you. So take the message in a constructive way as well, or let's say you can learn something about yourself. Maybe consciously you can make a change, or this can just be normal messages that let's say certain people don't like about you, and that's also okay. It's not a big deal. You don't have to change everything according to other people's whims and fancies, right? So let's start. But if there's something that you feel like okay, this is something I should definitely work on, then keep that in mind. So let's start with these. First, you pick this card, Otter. Then you also got 7 of Swords here with the little fox. We have this card, Destroyer. Makes me think of Lord Shiva. He is the archetype for the destroyer. Or even Durga, Nairiti, bunch of different deities that are connected with this energy of destruction. Okay, we have the Father of Wands. This is the King of Wands. Yeah, I forgot you got 2 cards here with tarot. Okay, now it looks a little weird. Okay, I'll just keep it on the side here. And from this deck you got the 7 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, the Devil. So some of you, I can definitely sense that a lot of people could look at you as a player, or someone who's slightly deceptive, or where people don't really understand your energy or your intentions. They don't sometimes feel this suspicious energy coming from you. Okay, that's what I'm getting with 7 of Swords. It's like you're not the most, let's say if you make plans, you might not reveal all of your plans to others, or you don't really speak about your let's say what are your goals and what are your desire, what's the underlying energy there, what is the underlying desire behind your actions. So they could feel a bit of suspicion. Maybe some of you have prominent, let's say Scorpio in your chart. It's your natural inclination. You could be more introverted. You can be extroverted also, but that's your external persona, how you enjoy, because Otter is connected with enjoyment, having fun, not needing anyone. That's more independent energy of the Otter. We have water element. So person who's deep though. Okay, so person who doesn't reveal all of their emotions, their feelings. Okay, there's slightly there's naturally an inclination to be slightly more mysterious than the average person, more broodiness. Okay, that's your vibe, pile number 2. So some people might not like that. I also see that you could get a lot of attention from other people, a lot of people staring at you. I'm just getting this from this imagery also, like people looking at you. And it's kind of like you're in the scope. Here also it looks like someone's focusing in on you, right? It looks like a scope here. Similarly here as well, the imagery is repeated. Okay, with this particular devil card, it reminds me of magician also. We see this person looks like a magician to me. So I feel like you're charming, but you're deceptive almost. Like you can manipulate other people, you can influence them. You have some sort of a charm that people don't like about you, where let's say a person comes up to you and they want to say something. Let's say they want to make plans or whatever, but you end up having your own way, and they're like charmed by you. They cannot it's like you override them somehow. You influence other people, so they don't really get their way, you get your way. So there's one specific message I'm getting. People feel just some sort of frustration with you. With this 4 of Pentacles, it's like no movement, stagnancy, where they don't get their way, but they're also not happy. But it's like they don't want to let go either. So there's just some brewing frustration that I'm picking up here, where people feel like they don't get their way, you override them, or you're slightly sneaky, slightly mysterious. If they ask you a question, you answer in a question. You're like a riddle that they're trying to solve, a puzzle. You're also very magnetic. You could be someone who gets a lot of attention. So a lot of people might look at you, especially in love connections. They might look at you as a player, or they might not trust you, or they might feel like this person has a lot of options, I cannot trust them. Or you keep your options open. You could be someone, let's say if you flirt with someone, if you like them, you'll flirt, but at the same time you won't commit. So I don't know if you do that, but there's just this energy of push and pull, chemistry, spark that I'm feeling. King of Wands can also think of Knight of Swords. That's more of a player energy. We have the King of Wands, which is more mature energy, where you know the game. You can see a player and you know how to get your way. So you're charming and you use it to your advantage. So some people don't like that. You could also be someone who's very good looking. You could have pretty privilege, I feel like, and that's something people might not like about you. You could also be like lost in your thoughts. People could feel this sense of distance from you, where like you're missing, you're somewhere else. And I don't know, it's like you always follow your heart, and certain other people, they tend to appease you. And they feel like, wow, I wish I was more like pile number 2, where I could follow my heart, I could be more impulsive, and I could just be very blunt and honest. You could also be someone where you speak the bitter truth sometimes. People don't like that. People dislike how you can be sometimes a little rude, where you're being honest, you're being blunt, but people don't like your delivery. Okay, you're someone who will challenge authority figures. You're someone who will challenge other people, their opinions, their authority. And you're someone who doesn't like anyone telling you anything to do. So you don't like anyone trying to dominate you in any capacity. You're someone who marches to the beat of their own drum. You're very individualistic, very independent. Okay, to the point where you don't need anyone in life. So a lot of people could feel a certain type of insecurity, where they feel like this person doesn't need me, I need them, and I don't like this dynamic. I'm getting that message strongly. People don't like the fact that you can have different... You're a very vibrant person, pile number 2. I feel like you could be someone who has a lot going on in their life. You have lots of different hobbies. There's a lot of things on your mind. Look at this person, thinking, fantasizing, and lost in their thought. Okay, that's your energy. And always on the move, busy, very upfront, impulsive. That's your energy. And people feel like they cannot keep up. You're too much to handle, or something about your energy. It's very strong. Personality is very strong. And you're very attractive also, good looking. People are drawn towards you. It's like they cannot do without you, but they also don't get their needs met when they're with you. So it's just in both the situations they're struggling somehow. So you just frustrate people, I feel like, pile number 2. I think if there's something you could fix about this, is just having more clear boundaries, maybe. That's the only thing. But to be honest, I feel like this is your personality. This is who you are. Secondly, you are also blunt and honest. So it's not like you're necessarily trying to take advantage of people. It's just you're being yourself. You just have a different sort of a personality. And you like the broodiness. This is who you are. It's part of who you are, right? Let's keep going. Here we have connection. Number 6. So maybe a lot of your people that you connect with, they feel this sense of frustration. These are the people that I'm channeling in this reading. We have forgiveness also. So maybe a lot of people feel like you don't ask for forgiveness, you do them wrong, and you don't ask for forgiveness. Okay, then I need a crystal for this one. You have sexuality. So see, I was picking that up with the King of Wands. I was getting that energy where you're very magnetic. People are drawn towards you. So a lot of people could also feel jealous. They feel jealous that you're more magnetic, you get more attention. So even your partners could feel insecure because of that. Maybe they feel like you entertain those people and they don't like that. Or you could be someone who has a lot of option, lots of attention. They feel like they are just you're out of their league. Some people could feel that way. Lots of different messages. But with forgiveness, I'm really drawn towards this message specifically. So either someone, people feel like you don't ask for forgiveness, you hurt them, and you need to be more empathetic, you need to be more kind and sweet. People could feel like maybe you're too harsh. So maybe that's something you can, whether it resonates or not, that's up to you, but something you can be mindful of. But I think you could also be someone who's in touch with their sexuality, or you're very, your self-expression is quite bold, or you're someone who's very much self-aware. You could have self-love and all these things where you're very much happy with who you are and you're very authentic, and some people don't like that. They also could project onto you. They might feel like, how is this person so sure of themselves, right? So this sort of message I'm also getting here. For nakshatra, you got Magha. You got a lot of nakshatras. You got Magha. This falls in Leo. We have Uttarashada, ruled by Sun. We have Uttara Falguni, ruled by Sun. We have Ashwini, which falls in Aries, which is where Sun gets exalted. Magha is the own sign, Leo sign. So much Sun energy is coming through with you. Pile number 2, I feel like you're very strong, independent. You're a strong, like a headstrong person. I'm also getting maybe like a big ego, where people, if they hurt your ego, you're like, you're out. You would not take disrespect of any kind. You have a strong sense of self. Okay, some people might also try to challenge you. They challenge you, they oppose you, they like that. Okay, so I feel like because you could also come across as a person who's slightly more intimidating, I feel like. Pile number 2, where people feel this intimidation. They feel like, oh, this person's full of themselves, let me show them, or something like this. Okay, but you have a very strong individuality. You're very true to yourself. You don't compromise on who you are, your principles, and the things that you believe in. You could also be someone who might frustrate your partner quite a bit. Just the kind of personality you have. Okay, some of you could have exalted Sun. Maybe prominent Sun in your chart, maybe Leo ascendant, Sun in Leo, Moon in Leo, or Jupiter Sun conjunction, something like this. Sun being prominent or exalted Sun. Let's look at some of the cards you got. This is Mars in Aquarius. Rebellion, it says. Goes with this energy quite well. We have Venus in Capricorn. This is convention. We have Mercury in Aquarius. Strong Aquarius energy. Originality. So you're someone, like I said, you have a very strong self-expression. So you're original in thought. Some of you could also have Sun, Rahu. Rahu gives originality. Rahu also gives invention. Person who comes up with something extraordinary. right? That's the energy that I'm picking up here. And also we do associate Rahu with Aquarius energy because it co-rules the sign with Saturn. So Rahu has some connection with Aquarius energy. Okay, the unique person, the quirky one, the standout. Rebellion here. So you go against the grain, you go against people in authority figures, like I said. So a lot of men could feel a strong sense of frustration with you, pile number 2, especially if you're a female picking this pile. You could be someone who doesn't, let's say you have strong masculine planets in your chart. Maybe the feminine planets, Moon and Venus, are debilitated. Masculine planets are exalted, like Sun and Mars. Okay, maybe Sun and Mars sitting in 1st house, 10th house, or angle houses, which are 1, 4, 7 and 10. And the feminine planets may be sitting in 6th, 8th, 12th. That way they're just out of the limelight in a way. Let's just put it that way. So you could have a strong sense of self. You could be more masculine if you're a female picking this pile. So you could feel, men could feel this frustration. They might feel like they're in competition with you, or something about not gelling. The energy is not gelling together. And naturally, because 11th house is connected with masses, social norms, society norms, family traditions, all of that, you could be someone who opposes that. Okay, you are controversial. Your opinions don't match with orthodox people. So you could be very unconventional, pile number 2. You could also feel a sense of frustration by your family. This card speaks about how the child is like confined within the walls of the house, or the family tradition, family legacy, all of that. So lots of people in your family, let's say family, extended family, society, they could say bad things about you, or they dislike you because of the kind of person that you are, your personality, okay, your self-expression. But rebellion, definitely, it tells me that you like that. You like competition, you like opposing people, you like opposing authority figures. You could be someone who does independent work. You want to make some sort of change. You want to create a wave. Okay, you want to leave behind a legacy of your own. You don't want to follow in the footsteps of your close ones, or your friends, or your family, whatever. The screen is the cards are a little slanted. Don't mind that, guys. But yeah, definitely I'm getting this energy strongly. So with this particular pile, I feel like it's your expression, who you are as a person. That's why people dislike you. It's not necessarily that you should make some changes, or you should feel bad about who you are. Okay, this is one thing I'm getting. But if there's something you want to work on, if you want to have better delivery, you want to be slightly more compassionate, kinder to people, that's okay. Take the message only if it resonates. Let's keep going. We have Mars again. So Mars keeps coming out for you. Mars energy is strong. We have Sun. See, I did not even remember these cards, and while I was channeling, I didn't even look over at those cards, and I didn't realize you have Mars and Sun. But it came out with the nakshatras themselves. So I'm really surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just amazed at the synchronicity. But you got Mars and Sun, not surprised at all. And I think I remembered you had Scorpio. So Scorpio, I did remember pulling for you, pile number 2. Scorpio energy is strong. Scorpio is the rebellion. Usually I've noticed people who have Scorpio ascendants, or Scorpio ascendants more than Scorpio moon, they tend to not get along with their fathers, or like bosses, or people in authority, in general. I've seen that. I don't know why that happens. Where does Leo fall for Scorpio? It falls in 10th house. So I don't know why it's like that, but I've seen it. Maybe because Aries falls in the 6th house, and Aries is where Sun gets exalted. So these people have competition and complexes with the father or bosses and whatnot. 5th house, Leo energy again. But yeah, I've seen Scorpio people tend to not like being told what to do. It's a constant thing you'll notice, and especially most Scorpions have some issue with the father. I've noticed that. But anyway, Mars Sun being strong sense of self, strong personality, takes charge in life, very proactive, dynamic energy. Lots of men could feel like a sense of frustration with you, pile number 2. Maybe it's your partners, the men in your life, or if you're a guy picking this pile, your friends could see you as competition. No matter who you are picking this pile, maybe more masculine people have an issue with you in general, okay? And also people that you date. 5th house is dating, okay? So you're a controversial person. Scorpio is naturally connected to 8th house of controversy, especially sun going in Scorpio. I've seen some person has some sort of controversial thing happen to them. You would notice with celebrities, there's something happens in their chart. If the sun, Scorpio energy, sun setting in 8th, sun setting in Scorpio person, can get cancelled, or like something happens out of the blue, because Scorpio energy is unexpected events, sudden events, accidents. So unexpectedly something will happen and the person loses fame, or people say bad things about them. Controversy, basically. Okay, so this is the energy, very polarizing, and either you're going to connect with this or not completely. That's what I feel. So let me know your thoughts on this particular pile. If you have any suggestions for future videos connected to this particular style of reading, let me know. And if you like my videos, you want to support the channel, consider clicking on the join button, subscribe to the membership, and thank you for watching, guys. Hello group number 3, welcome to today's reading. Before I start the reading, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been leaving really kind and lovely comments in my previous videos. Really appreciate you guys. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been kind enough to leave support through super chats. I think it's super thanks or something, I don't know, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I only get about like 50% of the donations that you're making through super thanks or chat, whatever it's called. I think it's super thanks, because super chat would be live, right, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, I only get about 50 of it. I just wanted to let you guys know. So if you want to, if you would prefer it, please consider paying through PayPal, making donations through PayPal, or my UPI if you're local to me. If you're an Indian resident, you can find my link in the description. Because I don't want you guys to be thinking I'm getting all the money that you're sending over, but YouTube is taking like half of it. So yeah, I don't mind though. I do appreciate it, and it really helps with the channel. So let's start with these cards. We'll take a look at the other ones in a bit. So why do people dislike you, pile number 3? The important thing here is you can take it as a constructive criticism, maybe something you can work on, or just maybe some self-awareness, something you might learn something about you, maybe, I don't know. But let's see, take the video in your stride and don't let it affect you in a negative way. That's all I'll say. Okay, so you chose the card Cobra. This is fire element. We have moon also, so fire, waters already. We have the self here, colorful, and on this side we have the dead end. So polarizing sort of energy already that I'm picking up here. Fire, water, then this extroversion, introversion. Maybe this can also be introversion if I'm not wrong. But let's see, we have the Page of Swords here, the Tower, more fire energy, more Mars energy, Scorpio 8th house energy. Speaking of 8, we have the 8 of Cups, and we have Stairs, Ketu energy. Some of you could have Mars Ketu, or Ketu sitting in Aries, Ketu sitting in Scorpio. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Cups. So 3 page cards came out for you, pile number 3. That is very interesting. Let's start with these. Overall, the energy I'm picking up is you could be someone who's a polarizing figure. I think either people love you or they hate you. That's what I'm getting. You could have very specific hobbies or your fields of interest, so you really resonate people where you have something in common. And for the rest of the people, you're not trying to win them over, you're not trying to impress them or looking for any sort of favors or anything like that. You're very polarizing. I think you might also enjoy that about yourself. You're like, I don't know, Scorpio energy, very strong with this pile. So with the dead end, it's like either you're open to the person or you're completely closed off. You also come across as a closed book, very mysterious, very feminine energy with moon. It speaks about feminine energy, intuition. I said for pile number 1 that they could be light workers. I'm getting a little bit of that energy here as well. Pile number 3. where some of you could be light workers, you could have maybe spiritual endeavors, something about you where you're some sort of a learner. Cobra can speak about a patient learner. So you're very patient. You watch people, you observe them, then you make up your mind. You don't trust easily. You could be very cynical, maybe, pile number 3. Okay, you don't trust people easily. People could also feel like you have a fiery sort of energy where they don't want to mess with you. There's intimidation that I'm picking up in this pile. People feel like you're closed off. Your aura is very strong aura, strong sense of self. You're very focused on yourself, very self-centered in a good way, where you're very you have like specific goals in life and you stick to those. You don't let people misguide you, misjudge you, or not misjudge you but misguide you or come in between of your goals. Okay, so very dedicated, disciplined sort of an individual. So people don't like that, the fact that they cannot influence you, the fact that they cannot connect with you or they can play a game with you. A lot of people feel intimidated by you. I also feel like maybe not a lot of people approach you in general, because you have this energy of walking away. So you'll walk away or you're not open to them. We see the back of the person. We have the Tower. People feel like you will cut them off, you'll walk away. Something about people having a fear if they were to mistreat you or not treat you with respect, you'll walk away. So there's a big fear of losing out on you. I also feel like it's their loss, it's not your loss. So you are someone who's independent. You don't depend on other people. You could also be someone who doesn't like conflict. So you might not even try to fix things. You always like to walk away. You block people. As soon as they piss you off, you're gone. So you could have this this ruthless sort of energy where you don't even try. You don't even fix things. It's like one strike, you're out. So that's one message I'm getting. Some of you, I also feel like maybe you don't like conflict, you don't like nonsense, you don't like drama, so you stay away from that. So you just avoid that at all costs. You're also very, you could be moody also with Moon. Okay, moody. You're also attractive. People give you attention. It's a lot of unwanted attention. I think you don't enjoy it. You're the sort of person, if people give you compliments, you're not impressed by that. Okay, you would prefer if someone did something for you. They showed it through actions. Okay. One more thing. You don't wait up on people. You don't depend on people. You're moody, like I said earlier. Your behaviors can change quite rapidly. People feel like you're a little unpredictable and hard to keep up with. So these are certain things people might not like about you. With all this page energy, I feel like you could also be someone who's like different than what you look like. So you might look a certain way. You might look like childish, naive, or like fun sort of a person, but there's a different side to you. So you're a polarizing figure. You're also this split personality sort of a person where I say split personality not in a negative way, because maybe I need a better term for it, but I noticed that with particular nakshatras. I think you did get Vishaka. I always think of when a person's kind of like, they're two people in one body, or they give you lots of different looks. Even Purva, Bhadrapada, Kritika, there are a bunch of nakshatras that show this polarizing aspect to people where they have multiple facets. So this is the energy I'm picking up here, where you're a little wild, a little hard to judge, unpredictable. You can be sweet, but you can be salty also. You can be very mature, but sometimes you can be very petty. I see this mature spiritual sort of element to you, pile number 3, but also with all these pages, this young energy as well, like a bit of naivety. In Hindi we say bholapan. So I'm getting that, where you could also be someone, maybe you've been hurt in the past, you've trusted people, you've let them in and they've mistreated you. So now you have your guard up and you're a little more ruthless. You don't want to be taken advantage of. So you just walk away. You see the red flag, you walk away. And you have very high standards when it comes to friendships and love and relationships in your life. Okay, you don't just let anyone in. And you have specific goals. You're very self-centered in the way that you want to focus the energy on yourself. Okay, there's a lot You have a lot of goals for yourself. That's what I'm getting. Slightly self-centered, but in a good way. Let's keep going. You also got resolving conflict. We have dating. We have inner peace. So this is the feeling I was getting here. We have the self and the inner peace. This is exactly the same energy that I'm getting, where a person who's focused on themselves, they have their own endeavors, their own goals in life. That's what you dedicate yourself to. With dating, I feel like a lot of people are interested in you. They want to date you, but you might not give them the time of the day. You're not very open, or either you don't commit or don't give a lot of time to dating. This is where people feel neglected. Maybe I'm also channeling the energy of the people you've dated in the past. They're the ones who are disliking you, maybe. So yeah, maybe people feeling a sense of frustration when it comes to your dating life. Or maybe a lot of, let's say, your loved ones, close people, they don't like the fact that you don't date, you don't give people chances, or you're too hard on the people that you date. So that could be like a specific message also coming through. And again, resolving conflict, I feel like this is again your energy where you don't want to deal with conflict, you run away from it. So people don't like the fact how you deal with conflict. So that is something they might dislike about you. The way you resolve conflict, people don't like that. You run away, probably. I'm also picking up some Mrigashira energy here, Swati energy. If you're very independent, you don't date. Maybe you connect with Swati energy. You like your independence. You like to keep things open, options open, and you don't enjoy like asking people for stuff, asking for permission, stuff like that. But you're very like, this feels like person, yeah, they are journaling. We see a journal here. So very focused on yourself, busy with yourself. Maybe you like isolation, living by yourself, not connecting with people, more introverted energy I'm sensing here. Let's keep going. For nakshatras, you got Punarvasu and Vishaka. Both are ruled by Jupiter. That's why I put them on a yellow card. The color yellow is Jupiter. And Vishaka, I spoke about person who's split or hard to read. Likeable person though. Vishaka is likeable as compared to pile number 2. Pile number 2's energy was not as likeable. I think a lot of people might not like pile number 2. But this pile is slightly more likable. It's just people have certain issues with you. Punarvasu can be a lot of people coming back to you. So let's say a person you're dating, things didn't work out, person walked away, but they keep coming back. Because your energy is so magnetic with this cobra and snake energy. It's very magnetic. People are drawn towards you. They like you for who you are. It's just that you have different desires. So the compatibility or alignment is not there. But people like you. So they cannot get enough. They keep coming back for more. Punarvasu is repetition. Okay? Or you could have certain repeating cycles with people in your life. With friendships, with connections. You could also be more forgiving. If things don't work out, someone walks away, you might still accept them back into your life. It's possible. But yeah, take the message as it resonates. Like, let's look at these cards right here. We have Jupiter in Cancer. So this is exalted Jupiter. This is where Jupiter gets exalted. We have Mars in Taurus. We have isolation. This is Saturn in Virgo. This is actually the energy of a workaholic. Because Virgo itself is connected to service. Saturn is the significator for service. Person who's very dedicated to their work. Or busy, responsible sort of a person. Maybe less romantic than the other two piles. Not the most vulnerable or sensitive when it comes to communication. You are someone who doesn't like to talk about heavy things or emotional things. You have professional speech. Maybe Saturn rules your second house. You could be a Sagittarius ascendant or Capricorn ascendant, or you could have Saturn sitting in the second house or the third house. You could have those placements. It makes a person have very professional speech. They don't like to talk about emotions. They don't like to cry. They're not overly romantic. Okay, you could have this energy. So people could sense a frustration, sense some frustration over that. They want you to be more vulnerable. They want you to be more emotional, and also give them more time. Spend more quality time with people. You enjoy isolation. You could have placements in the 12th house. This is when person is more spiritual. They're independent. They don't like to date, or they're very introverted. They don't like to be out and about and be overly social. So you could have those placements. People might feel frustrated over those things. With Mars in Taurus tells me that maybe a lot of people give you attention. They want to date you. They want to impress you, or issues when it comes to your love life, dating life, and maybe family also, because Taurus is sometimes connected with family. Second house is family matters. So some conflict within the family, not getting along with family members, having fights there, having some frustration there, having harsh speech, because Mars also, when Mars has some sort of aspect on second house, I've seen person swears a lot. So maybe your speech, the way you speak, your accent, the words that you use, maybe you swear a lot. The music that you listen to, people have issues over that. Swearing. Saturn and Mars aspect on second house, either the person swears or they have bad speech, like they're really angry, loud, rude with their speech, or they could even be also connected with person who eats a lot of non-veg. I've seen. Again, some people, they enjoy that and it's okay. It's just like a cultural thing. But in Vedic culture, eating meat, that's coming from Mars or Saturn, looking at second house. But yeah, Jupiter is exalted, so you have wisdom. You're someone who's happy with your own company and you're looking for a higher purpose. You have spiritual endeavors, pile number 3. I also feel like because you got so much page, you could be in the learning phase also. You might really blossom later on in your life. You might change as a person, or you'll grow into yourself, or you'll have like a major transformation, I also feel like. So some of the messages you might not resonate with, but I think you are on a long journey of spirituality, pile number 3. You're looking for something like a deeper meaning to life. So with the Jupiter exalted, makes a person very responsible, gives good advice, they're sweet, like they have good energy overall. People are drawn towards such a person's energy and they're good advisors. You would notice with astrologers, they could have this placement. I have this in D9. I don't have it in my first chart. I have Jupiter in 12th, this isolation sort of energy, so I can resonate with it quite a bit. And this is why people people who have this sort of energy are drawn towards my channel, because we always attract the energy that we have. That's why whatever sort of energy that I have, whatever chart I have, these are the placements I'm attracting from the masses. These are the people who are coming towards my channel and staying. If a person watches like couple of videos, that's a different thing. But people who are staying on, there's some resonance with my energy and their energy. So Jupiter in Cancer shows a person is looking for some higher wisdom, knowledge. They are looking for a meaning to their life, or they're not I don't know. I think this is the person who would be easily misunderstood. Not a lot of people understand you, and you just have different desires. You have different goals that people don't understand. So, and you somewhere, pile number 3, I think you don't care. You're like, I don't care to explain myself. Either you get it or not. Okay, this is what I'm getting so far. Let's see. Finally, these are the final cards. You got Venus. You got Rahu, which is funny. I was speaking about myself and even these cards resonate with me, because I have Rahu and Venus conjunction, and then Saturn is trine. But anyway, it's not my reading. So we have Rahu, north node of the moon, Venus, we have Saturn, and we have Sagittarius. Also Sagittarius ascendant. So wow, this is my reading. Okay, so let's talk about these placements. I feel like you could also be someone who's a little confused about things connected to love, because Rahu can give confusion. Okay, that's why maybe people come to you, you date them, and there's a bit of confusion. You could be confused between, should I be in a relationship, should I be single? So there could be something frustrating about you, where the people in your life feel this confusion. They're like, can you make up your mind? You know, so they might dislike the fact that you're a little confusing. You also could give good advice, where people don't like that. They're like, why do you always have to be right? It's like a know-it-all sort of energy that I'm picking up here. So don't give Unsolicited advice, pile number 3. I think that is one thing people might not like about you. They're not asking for your advice, then don't give it. It's okay. With Saturn, notice the thing. In all the 3 piles, with this particular pile, this one I pulled extra because every single card that came out was a planet card. That shows you have a strong personality. You have a strong sense of self. Okay? You could also be very stubborn. And people feel this energy from you where they feel like they cannot go against you, or they cannot change your mind somehow. They cannot influence you. Because 3 planet cards came out. I pulled an extra one just because I wanted to have like one extra card for a zodiac or a house card. So Sagittarius came out. But you got 3 planets. Saturn itself is a mature, wise person. Again, that unromantic sort of feeling that I'm getting. Maybe you show your love through your actions, because Saturn is labor, service. So you might not give compliments, but you'll show, you'll spend quality time and you'll do acts of service. Pile number 3. So people feel this frustration because you don't speak up, you don't talk about your emotions, but you have a lot of love to give as well. So you're a little misunderstood. Out of the 3 piles, this is the most misunderstood pile. And people dislike you for sometimes uncalled reasons, I feel. You're also confusing. You're different. People don't understand you. North Node can speak about a person who's an outcast. So again, you're the foreign element. You're the different person. You're the outcast. People don't connect with you. They don't resonate with your energy. They don't understand you. Okay, you also come across as a disciplinarian, more like a prudish sort of a person. You try to maybe guide other people or tell them what to do. They don't like that. You're like a disciplinarian, serious sort of a person. They might call you the, like some people might find you boring, or I don't know, just this energy of cynicism a little bit, or just more practical and logical in life. That's what I'm getting. So overall, this was the reading. I don't know how much it resonated or not. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. Join the membership if you want to support the channel. I'm sorry, I was about to sneeze. So if you want to support the channel, you can join the membership also. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to book a reading, all the links will be in the description. Thank you guys.